Good morning. This is Courage Barbell, and I'm your host, Chad Ikes. Today's video is going to be based on a video I just released yesterday for my sister channel, which is Courage Unlimited. For those of you that don't know, this is Courage Barbell, which you obviously probably do know, but Courage Barbell is about everything strength training, lifting, anything that revolves around those things: strength training, lifting, fitness, getting in shape, losing weight, blah, 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 blah. Courage Unlimited is more about more about me, about the things I think about various different things. I'm actually going to do try to get a knife review done on there because I love knives. That's one of my things. But it's more about how we can live with more courage and be better in society and be better amongst ourselves and have a better life for ourselves. So I'll talk a little bit about politics, racism. The video that I just posted that stirred this video was about feelings, emotions, reality, control, and depression. It's worth watching. Please watch it. Please like and subscribe to that channel and comment on it as well. But I preach a lot that lifting and life are not two separate things. They're entangled, and as much as we don't want them entangled, there's no way to untangle them. They're connected, and that's just it. And in all reality, that's fine, as long as we understand it and we focus on it. So I want to talk about similar things, mostly about control and how we have that control in the gym. And I want to start with two little stories, I guess you could call them. The first one is more of a hypothetical situation, trying to explain my point here. A lot of people play the lottery. I play the lottery. Not often, but every now and then, if I'm buzzing over to California or something, I'll buy a couple lottery tickets. Now, can we go, hey, I'm going to go win the lottery? And can we actually make that happen? Do we have control over that? I'm going to say no. I could do a whole other video of where, if you believe in quantum physics, yes, there actually is a way that you could make that happen, but we as humans don't have the skill. That's a whole different subject that I would love to do a video on sometime because I love that stuff. But basically, no, we do not have the control to win the lottery or not. That does not mean we do not have control. We don't have control over that one little specific thing, but everything else that pertains to that, we do have control over. We have the control to go, hey, do I want to play the lottery or not? That's a decision that we have control over. We have a control over, do I want to spend all of my money buying lottery tickets and hope that I win and life will be great, or now I don't know how I'm going to make my house payment. We have the control to go, hey, I got a couple extra bucks, I'm going to buy a couple lottery tickets and see what happens. We'll buy one less Rockstar this week. So we have control with that. Now, we have control over picking our numbers. We can pick our numbers or we can do the random. I just do the random thing. Another instance where we have control over it. Now, once we get those tickets back, we have the control. And this is the most important. We have the decision's been made. It's already ran its course. There's no more decisions to be made. You did buy the lottery tickets. You have the lottery tickets. Now you look. Odds are you didn't win. So this is where we have the absolute most control. Everything's been done and said. Nothing can be changed. You have the control to be pissed off, to be aggravated all day. You have the control to go, woe is me, nothing good ever happens to me. God damn it, I know the people are going to win it and I don't win it. You have the control to do that. That's your choice. If that happens, that's your choice. Or you have the choice to go, took a chance, didn't win. Well, I'll buy some tickets in another week or a month or however long I decide, and we'll see if I can win then. But I'm going to go on with my life, and I'm happy. I tried. Didn't make it. Hey, I still tried. I got excited and got let down, but that's a life experience. So it's all good, and I'm happy. So we do have that choice. We always have a choice. Thinking that you don't have a choice is what kills motivation, it kills dreams. Now, when I was coming up in powerlifting, I didn't start at the top by any means. My very first meet when I was 27, 28, somewhere in there, my first 3 lift meet, I think I might have been 28. I totaled 1,700. But I had been lifting since freshman year of high school. So, 12, 13? And actually lifted a little more even before that. So it wasn't like everything just came easy. And a 1,700 total for your first meet probably is not bad. But that was by no means the 2,500 that, or 2,400s like Ed Cohn and Bill Kazmar and like all the great guys were doing. So after I got my first, I believe it was my first 700 squat, I started thinking, okay, I'm going to do 8. And then I got to thinking, you know what though? Like, I think I can do a drug-free 1,000-pound squat. Lifetime drug-free. And let me take a little caveat right here and go, I'm not against steroids. You can read articles I put on Elite FTS, my whole journey through all of that stuff. Not against them, but for me, that choice was, I would like to reach this point without doing anything but just what I physically can do with the body that I have now. And everyone laughed. I mean, everyone I talked to either laughed or said, there's no way that's not possible. Even the guys on my team, they're like, Chad, man, you're our teammate and stuff, but you can't do a 1,000-pound squat drug-free. I mean, hardly anybody who had done 1,000-pound squats, even on drugs. Like, that was still a huge, huge level to reach. And I didn't care. It didn't matter to me who said what. I told them, I warned them, I'm going to do it. And I wasn't going to let anyone else's, it was my choice. It was my choice to make the decision to do it. It was my choice to do it. I wasn't listening to anyone else, no matter what they said, no matter how many reasons they gave me. Well, that's never been done. You can't do that. I didn't care. I was going to do it. I wasn't going to give anyone else the power. It was my power and my decision. And I had a lot of that throughout my career. I did some of the highest openers of all times. I went for attempts that people said aren't possible. I did a lot of stuff quite a bit different than what the standard was. And people, oh, you can't do that. That's not right. You can't, blah, 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 blah. And I go, whatever, man. Like, if I win a meet with 3 out of 9, I still won the meet. Like, I still PR'd. I still put up totals. I did openers that were PRs. None of that stuff mattered to me. It was my choice. It was my decision. And funny enough, I learned later, as my powerlifting career progressed, I learned more about how I needed to look at my successes in the gym and move them over into my life. Like, I was unstoppable in the gym. Like, there was no negativity. I wouldn't allow it. But I had been allowing some of it in my life, and I hadn't been taking charge and grabbing the control that I did have in certain situations. And that was where I had to kind of learn that whole entanglement, and what made me successful in life could make me successful in the gym and vice versa. And it took me a while to learn all that. But what I want to talk about here is that we're human beings. We have emotions, we have feelings. And that's fine. But those emotions and feelings are not how we should base our decisions or our judgments. Training, especially training, is more about logic and reality than emotions. And it takes courage as a human being to, I don't want to say shut those feelings down, but to control those feelings and emotions and go, yeah, my emotions are going to run me this way, but you know what? I need to not do this. I've had many instances in my life, and I have a lot of stories of me doing really dumb stuff in the gym. I have a lot of stories of me doing really dumb stuff at meets. That's how you learn, though. One of the things that I did is I've bombed out of meets in my career. I've had meets that didn't go like I wanted them to go. When I was younger, I actually did. I remember doing a competition, and I did not hit what I wanted to hit, and I was pissed. So I actually immediately went into the warm-up room and started my next training session for the next competition, and that was completely and utterly stupid. I just did a full meet, and now I was going to do a training session. Completely and utterly stupid. But I was so pissed off, I was so upset that I let my emotions control my actions after that meet. And this is the same thing if you go into a meet and I'm notorious for missing my first lifts. Not all the time, but I did a lot of missed my first lifts, and I've even had like my last warm up in the back was like horrible, and I was going to open another 150 pounds on the platform, and people would freak out about it, and I would go, listen, I wasn't concentrating, I got loose. It's not a big deal. Like, I know it went wrong. I'm going to fix it. The next one will be a piece of cake. And that's because I had that logic and I didn't let my emotions control what was going on. Yeah, you miss that lift and you're like, holy shit, that was hard. What the hell am I going to... I'm going to open with another 100... Oh, wait a minute. Stop, Chad. Like, your emotions don't know shit. They're just emotions. They're just feelings. They don't have any logic. And then I'll go, oh yeah, wait a minute. I wasn't concentrating. I got loose. No wonder it was hard. Like, I got loose, I came forward, big deal, whatever. And then go out and smash it on the platform. Or I'll be in training and it's like you miss a lift and you know you're tired and you know you're exhausted, but you're so pumped up and you're so irritated and you're letting all that rage and those feelings boil up. And so you'll keep trying the same attempt in the gym. 5, 6, I've probably done 10 attempts at a weight and missed every single one of them. And all I did is set myself way back by doing that. All I did is push myself into overtraining. I did not recover by the time I hit my next session. And it was all emotionally driven. And going into the gym and going, oh man, I don't feel very good today. All this stuff's off, but so I'm not going to train. Okay, well, are you going on emotion or are you going on logic? The other day I had one of my clients came in and he was like, man, I had a hard time getting here today. He goes, I'm not feeling very motivated. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, how do you feel? Is it like tell me, like, are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sore? Is your energy level down? And he's like, no, my energy level's fine. I'm not sore. And I go, well, listen, I think this is, we just went over it. And this is one of those cases where suck it up, buttercup, let's go. And he had a great session. Now, there may be other times that a person comes in and is like, I don't feel like training, but I got to train because I'm going for that PR today and I got to get that lift today. And they go in and they have a shit session. When, again, they should have went, well, okay, well, why am I not feeling it today? Am I not feeling it? Did I not sleep good? Did I not eat right? Am I really feeling down? Am I really sore? And looking for signs of overtraining and all those other things. And not paying attention to those emotions. And then as you go, as you progress and you get more into training, and this is like strength. You need to train this ability to put your emotions to the side. Okay, we can't. It's not natural. I didn't do it the first time. I didn't do it the first time. I read about in my other video. I talked about communication, and in communication, a lot of times, we get emotional, and when we're communicating, we let that affect our communication, and we're letting the feelings boil out. And a lot of times we're even reacting to that person as if they made us feel this way. And they didn't make us feel this way. We're in charge of how we feel. Nobody can make us feel anything. So when I first read about that, I struggled with that for a long time. And my example in the other video is if somebody punches me in the face, it's that son of a bitch's fault, and I'm going to punch him right back. But I'm only not going to do it once. I'm going to do it a couple times. I struggled with that for a long time, and then I started working on it when I had my last actually job where I wasn't my own boss. I struggled with that job, and I would get angry and pissed off every day, and it took me a long time to be able to go, wait a minute, like, this company's not pissing you off. Like, you're letting yourself get pissed off. You have control over your emotions. And that is something I had to train, and I'm not going to tell you I'm a master at it now. But I am getting much better at recognizing it, and I've even had conversations when dating and stuff and go, hey, that kind of that kind of hurt my feelings. So like I need a minute here to like get my head right, because they're my feelings, they're my fault. So it isn't necessarily what you said. What you said, I allowed me to feel this way, and I need a second to nip this in the bud and be right about it. And that doesn't mean you can go around and be an asshole to people and go, "Oh, it's your fault." Okay, just so you know. So this is one of the things in the gym. Like, don't. And another area I wanted to talk about on this one is all the excuses that I hear. I'm so tired of hearing excuses from people. Oh, those guys have better coaches. Those guys have better genetics. Those guys are on drugs. Blah, 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 blah. Boo-hoo, cry me a river, man. Shut up. All you're doing is setting yourself up for failure when you start saying that crap. And it's crap. I know a lot of guys that made it to very, very, very high levels completely drug-free. I know guys that should not have done what they did, but they refused to listen to anybody, and they listened to their own self. I know guys, I was not a star athlete. I was not a Division I football player. I was not this huge, strong guy the first time I started lifting. I busted my ass to be kind of good in high school and to be able to throw the shot put at the college level for a little bit. Like, I don't have great genetics for that. In fact, I got horrible genetics. I have compartment syndrome. I have sleep issues. I have all this other crap that's going on. Now, luckily, I'm hard-headed as hell, which kind of offsets some of that stuff, and I have an enormous heart, which also helps offset that stuff. I was competing at APF seniors, and I can't remember if I did APF Worlds, but even I think my first WPO, I was still lifetime drug-free. So that's all BS, okay? In fact, the guys who have the genetics tend to not tend to go that extra mile and not tend to do the extra stuff. And that allowed somebody like me to get to the highest level because I did all that stuff, because I wanted to learn, I wanted to understand, I wanted to know it, all of it, as much as I could. And then I put my own twist on it too. What do I need? Okay, here's what they're doing, here's what they're saying, how can I make this for me? That one gets me a little riled up because I get sick of hearing excuses. Like, make it happen. Those aren't excuses. I mean, those things shouldn't be excuses. Those should be like, okay, well, these guys are doing this and this, and they have this, and I don't have this, so how am I going to get around it? Hell, it's a damn opportunity is what it is. It's an opportunity for you to find out more about yourself and to test yourself and see if you can get around this obstacle. And that's what makes life worth living, is pushing yourself, driving yourself, and finding new ways to achieve what you want to achieve. So if I can try to wrap this all up in a little bow and tie it in a little bow, I want lifters to understand they have control. They have control over themselves. I think emotions do have a place in lifting, but you need to control them and learn to use them. I'm notorious for being enraged at competitions. I've had some really, really awesome lifters tell me that they love watching me lift because I kind of put on a show. But that's what I need. I pull up all those emotions and I use those emotions. But by the time I'm in that competition, my technique is down and everything's good. And all I need to do now is pull as much as I can out of my body, out of my heart, out of my will, out of my soul, and use it on that platform. And also what people don't see is they don't see me pull back a little bit right before that lift. Like, I'm not completely out of control. I'm out of control before that lift. I'm letting everything go. And then I'm pulling everything back enough to focus on that lift and get that lift. And that, again, is something I had to work on. That wasn't natural born to me. I had to perfect that skill. And the better I got at that, the more I practiced, to where I can flip a switch pretty much instantly and just have adrenaline flowing through my body and completely enraged whenever I want at this point. But lifters, you have control. Don't feed into other people's bullshit. Like, again, that's control. When somebody goes, oh, that can't be done. No, you think that can't be done. That's your feelings and your emotions and your talk. Logically, there's nothing that says I can't do that. Nobody's ever done it, so what? I didn't win the lottery. But you know what? Somebody's going to win it. Why can't it be me? So in this instance, it's better than a lottery because you actually have a lot to say about that. And if you learn to control those emotions, and if you start thinking logically, and if you go, God, I want to bench today because I want to get my bench up, when you know you need to be working on your weak point or your bench isn't going to go up, that's you letting your emotions get in the way. And those emotions are holding you back from achieving what you can achieve. The gym is not for emotions. The gym is for logic. It's for thought. It's for reality. And you train that way. Now, again, I know this may be a little confusing. There are going to be days like max effort days where it's like, all right, you need to practice letting those emotions out and controlling them too. So there's going to be days in the gym where your arm be like, okay, for this lift, you need to get up because you need to act like this is the competition because we need to train that as well. But the point of this whole thing is stop thinking you don't have control. You have some control over every single thing in your life. If nothing else, you have control how you're going to react to it. If somebody busts through my door right now, I have a choice. Did I have a choice to tell that guy to bust through my door? No, he did it, but I still have a choice. I have a choice how I want to react to it. This whole world doesn't just happen to us. We're not just walking through it and things are happening. We're walking through it, things are happening, and we're making our decisions of which way we want to go, and that decision is going to lead to something else later. You know, all the decisions I made in powerlifting provided me with a ton of knowledge. Now I'm trying to take that knowledge and make this my living. It's my choice to do that. This isn't randomly happening. I'm training in the gym. The reason I got so good in the gym, the reason I went to seminars with people who never did much after that seminar and I went on to be one of the best in the world is because I made that choice. I made the choice to go, listen, this is the guy I picked. This is the guy I'm going to listen to. I made the choice to call him when I had problems and go, hey, listen, here's the situation. Can I ask you some questions? I made the choice to push myself like I did. So anything that happens in that gym is your choice. The fact is, if I even look back at all of my injuries now, I look back and I go, I let my emotions get ahead of me a little bit on that one. And I pushed it too hard when I should have stopped and said, wait a minute, why am I having to push myself so hard? You know, that little tweak in my back or that little tweak in my knee or tweak in my hamstring or something that I didn't pay attention to, it went because I didn't pay attention to it. Because I was using my emotions. I want to lift heavy. I need to get this out. I had a bad day. I have to lift heavy today. Instead of going, wait a minute, maybe I need to find another way to deal with those issues because today I shouldn't be lifting heavy. You have control, but it takes courage to step up and grab that control. It takes courage to make the right decision. It takes courage to push those emotions. You're a human being. Emotions and feelings are part of our lives, part of who we are. Accept it. Like, take it in. When they're good feelings, enjoy them. When they're bad feelings, go, okay, I feel bad, but let me feel bad and then let me move on. And let me make a logical choice. Let's push this over here. I've accepted it. I've dealt with it. Now push the feelings over here. Where do I go from here? And let's use my logic, my reason. Let's look at reality to go, where are we going to go next? I hope this all makes sense. I hope you guys understand it. I really hope you understand that this is like training. I don't care how bad you want to bench 500 pounds. It isn't going to happen in a week, a month, probably won't happen in a year or two, maybe longer. This is the same thing. You're not going to master this skill in a week, a month, a day, a year. It's going to take years, okay? But it's something that you need to keep working on and make yourself better throughout life and make you a better person as you get older. And all working on this in the gym, and once you understand how it actually translates into life, you're actually making your whole life better by learning these things. All right, guys, I'm going to go eat some breakfast. Then I'm going to make another video, and I am out of here, and I will see you guys later.